I have been part of the biggest facilities management contract. It's a country facilities management contract. It's not a World Cup facilities management. So we're talking about the transportation, the fan zones, the hotels, the movement from inside Greece and out Greece, how you bring the people inside the stadium and how you bring them out of the stadiums. Let's agree about the sustainability. Usually is not only about the green thing. The biggest challenge right now is adopting the new technology, basically is the AI, into how to integrate that kind of the new technology into the facilities management.
And I think that AI is going to be a big catalyst for further improvements that we can make.
We shape the buildings, thereafter they shape us. This is how you sustain the building, because sustainability, it's way beyond and more wider than greenery things. It's about...
Good morning, Mohamed.
Morning.
Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you so much.
First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
FM Executive of the Year. Huh?
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. As I said, it wasn't planned at all, and it's a great honor right now to be your guest. I've seen this program you have hosted a lot of professionals, a lot of experienced people coming into this.
But never an award-winning
so that's what I'm saying. So
that's
less than
deal.
24 hours right now to be hosted the new program with the highest, with the top, one of the top awards in the Middle East, to be the top executive. Yeah. It's a great honor to be recognized, honestly, from this jury. Yeah. It's and to be one of this top executive. Hopefully, this one will be added as well, some contribution to the facilities management industry as well. Yeah. I hope I can be that person who add more and more values into this industry.
I know you are. So
thank you.
That's without a doubt. I wanted to actually step back in time a little bit because obviously the World Championship Soccer is going on. Mm-hmm. We're all watching in the wee hours of the day our favorite teams. About 4 years ago, when Qatar was hosting the World Championship, basically there were only 64 matches during the entire tournament, and now it has grown to about 104 matches, so there's a huge increase. What are the complexities of organizing and running such a massive event for facility management?
Sure. I believe every event has its own conditions and has its own impacts regarding the number of matches. Yeah. But before starting in this one, probably me personally as a general manager of one of the biggest facilities management in Qatar, probably was not directly involved with the stadiums in there. Yeah. But I believe I have the privilege to see that events from two lenses. So one being the FM professionals who is looking to the pressures, to the operations, to the mechanism, to the plans, how we need to operate and deliver the best services. Yeah. And from being a fan, because I'm one who loves the football, to be honest. Me personally, I've watched more than 15 matches in the stadium itself. So I'm the one who was receiving the service. I'm the one who was trying the transportation, going to the stadium itself and experiencing the World Cup itself. So I think I have that unique experience to the same thing, to see it from two different angles. Yeah. Coming back to the question that you have raised right now, what kind of complexity that it raises from 64 matches up to 104 matches? Definitely, we understand right now the majority of the events is the preparation for the match itself. And once the number of matches are increases, that it means right now you must have more time right now for you to adjust, because that same premises will be used more frequent in order to serve the next match. Nevertheless, we understand right now the facilities management was not limited to the stadiums only. No. Here we are talking about the World Cup itself is the very interesting thing that I used to say, that I have been part of the biggest facilities management contract. It's a country facilities management contract. Yeah. It's not a World Cup facilities management. because we were looking into every element inside this country, how it's gonna work all together in harmony as a system in order to serve and to see that match, which is last maximum 1 hour and a half.
Yeah.
But in fact, there is a huge number of hours and a huge number of efforts has been done behind the scenes in order for you to see that match on that way.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the transportation, the fan zones, the hotels, the movement from inside Ingries and out Greece, how you bring the people inside the stadium and how you bring them out of the stadiums. So that number of matches, especially when they are increased with almost 40 matches right now, you're talking about. So we're talking about you need extra efforts to make sure that these services right now is delivered at the same quality as it started. So the biggest challenge was for us is to make sure that as after 1 week, once the event is started, because we do a huge operation preparation to make sure to present it on the opening. But you have to understand right now we need to maintain the same level of services for the whole month.
Yeah, exactly.
For the upcoming events. So increasing the number of matches requires extra efforts is to prepare for the next match and the match after. And you are talking about doubling numbers of the audience and the fans who's coming into that stadiums, moving to bring another people. Nevertheless, there are some other factors. Probably also people they might be needing to know that we are dealing with a different culture of people over there from different countries.
Sure.
So that's also required from you is to have that kind of hospitality approach to understand.
Yeah, and how do you deal with the different expectations?
Exactly, different expectation, different communications, and to make sure that you are delivering the same services to every one of these people. So you have to adapt and make sure that your people is running on the same time. Yeah. The technicality part, which is maybe could be the last in this area, it's a technicality part is what Qatar has presented to the to the world was the AC, which is bringing the cooling to the stadiums.
Yeah.
And that was a very challenging as well matter. So because cooling, we're trying right now, they try to make the whole stadium looks like you're staying like where we are staying right now in a very comfort area.
Yeah.
That was also as well a big challenge.
What were the discussions around that? Because it's quite interesting that you bring it up, because cooling of a stadium is obviously a very big task. And by the way, it's happening right now in some of the stadiums in the US and Mexico as well, because climate-wise there are similarities in some of these places. But from a sustainability perspective, that obviously also delivers a challenge in how you message to the world that it still makes sense to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there is also sometimes that people they have a misconception about this one. To be honest, they are not cooling the air. They are not bringing AC. They are cooling the area where they are staying, because I think. People they need to read more or to know more about the mechanism of the AC coming over there. The area of that AC is coming is under seats.
Okay.
That's the AC majority on that area, near only to the fans.
Yeah.
They're not just blowing airs nowhere.
No.
So they want you just to make sure that the comfort area inside the seating area mainly and the room, so it doesn't go out.
Yeah, it's very direct, basically.
But in terms of sustainability, let's agree about the sustainability usually is not only about the greeny thing or just how we need to present it. We need to understand also the comfort of the people as part of the sustainability. Mm-hmm. So bringing people as to be comfort people in a setting that you bring more people into that stadium, and you make sure that these premises are used around the whole time and the whole year.
Yeah.
So it's not necessary to be just committed or limiting our own self sometimes of how this is impacting. And there is a lot of mechanism and a lot of tools they are using in order for them to maintain the temperature. So that kind of consumption is not coming. But if you need to compare right now, looking from perspective of a country right now, if what I need to offer to the people and how much this is going to cost me, I think the return was big time comparing to what's happening right now in US as an example, because they face, I think, couple of days was too hot over there and the humidity was high on some of the cities, and we were hearing the audience over there complaining about the heat. We never heard that over here. That in Qatar they were talking about is a very comfort, and I think that worth the investment they have made on giving the people an experience of comfort to watch the matches, and has brought that area of the world, which is Gulf right now, always has been seen as a lot of hot and a lot of heats in there. So you cannot come to bring right now a totally different perspective about the Gulf. That this place that you can host international event and global event like this.
When you look at the planning of such a massive event, and like you say, it's not only the stadiums; it is much more than that.
Yes.
It starts literally from the moment you land at the airport and to get to the event. When you look at how Qatar was thinking about that for the long term, because they built the infrastructure obviously for the World Championship, but the infrastructure is still there by and large. What was the vision basically for it? Yeah,
it's one of the most important thing that what we get, which is, I think this is one of the targets of the sustainability of having is to serve the country more than beyond the World Cup. Yeah. So we've seen right now there are major event has been hosted in Qatar after the World Cup, which could be semi-World Cup as well. We're talking about the Arab World Cup, we're talking about Asian Cup has been hosted, and many other sports event has been hosted into this one. But again, I need always also to emphasize the same point right now. The importance has been, or the impact of the World Cup on Qatar wasn't only limited to the sport stadiums itself. We need to know that there is a big elevation has happened to the whole infrastructure inside Qatar. We're talking about the metro, we're talking about all the road networks, all the infrastructure in general. We're talking about airports, seaports, and many other things has been improved. And that also has lifted up the standards of the facilities management. We need also to put that in our own mind, that the level that we have presented during the World Cup has created also in a different angle of the sustainability that we need to maintain to sustain these buildings in the same standards across the years. We are talking about after 4 years right now. If you go right now to check these stadiums and how you operate this, how this stadium right now, they look like they have been built only yesterday. From the perspective, it's very interesting to see the operation of these stadiums during the event and off. And while they are not, there is no events. So you need to be very smart how you manage.
So would you say then that the World Championship actually kick-started a process of Qatar to uplift basically complete infrastructure.
Correct.
But also the way of thinking about asset life, I would think, in combination with a sustainability agenda that provides you actually the path to keep buildings running for a longer period of time.
Correct, absolutely. So right now you're talking about more complexity of these buildings and this infrastructure, which is required a special experience how to handle this one. The stadiums, it's gone, as I said, it's gone beyond the seat itself as well. There is a complete systems has been running over there from the CCTV cameras, from the turnstiles, the gate barriers, the cleaning, and many other activities inside the stadiums. These stadiums is required from you right now to operate in a different during the time. You have to maintain this one to maintain the buildings ready at any point of time to be operated. So there is a big planning happening behind how you manage these systems. But in line with this as well, this is increase the importance of how to maintain the assets for a long term. It's increase as well the knowledge of the people about how to have a new experience, because this is the first time such events has come to us. So that's as well, this is very important, has developed the career of the people and has developed the experience of the people of which is we never had this kind of experiences of managing this kind of big assets on this one.
Yeah.
So there's a full combination of elevation of the standards has been happening inside this country.
What kind of challenges remained basically afterwards? Because obviously the region, the Gulf as such, just like here in the UAE, we all battle sort of like similar challenges in terms of harsh climate.
Yes.
Very tough. We have fast-growing infrastructure, mega projects which are going on in all the different GCC countries. All of this is putting a lot of pressure on facility management in general and how you are basically developing. What do you see in Qatar as being big trends at the moment in the FM industry? Is it still looking at other countries and importing basically knowledge experience, or actually Qatar has grown, maybe even through big events like the World Championship, that can export certain experiences?
If I may to go back a little bit on the time, I might need to go a little bit of 20 years, 22 years ago, how this has started, and we could see how things has moved right now. So when I started right now over there, I believe was the first step has taken in Qatar, which is similar to here as well. It was when they hosted the Asian Games in 2006. And in 2006, I remember these days that these people, they were talking about only individual services. They are talking about cleaning alone and maintenance from this side and this and here. Once the smart cities has comes into the region, once the high-rise building, you're talking about right now, there is an integration of different systems. Talking about from PMS, talking about CCTV camera, fire alarms, firefightings has been entered. So right now started the owner to realize that, I cannot manage all this number of contractors. So I need right now to have one single point of contact. Here is the facilities management where it comes. And the facilities management starts right now to come and to present to the client that one single point who can offer him right now peace of mind management, and you will deal with one person only. Plus take into consideration optimizing the cost, because once you're going to be doing all this kind of services, take into consideration you're not alone, because there are specialized people also. You have to subcontract the work to them, because there are some other services. You cannot do everything in-house, and we have to agree and admit on this one. You need to have these people with their knowledge and their experience to come. And moving forward right now, this knowledge right now started to be gained and basically has been transferred from Europe countries, from the Western countries coming already over here. Knowledgeable people with the massive experience they have managing airports, cities in Europe, and we need to agree that they are well advanced on this. They have brought this experience into this country, and they transferred that knowledge and that experience from service level agreements and the KPIs, the performance indicator that needed to the country instead. And the good thing, they adopted that one according to the weather as well, because different weather, different manpower, different resources to adapt it. And we started to grow and gain that knowledge and started right now to have our own in Gulf, if I may say, along with different nationalities right now combined to put all together this experience right now to have a unique case in Gulf, how to present this one, because I believe Gulf, they have something different, which is basically the heat and the high humidity that we have it here. So we work all together right now, trying right now to balance between the expenses that has been to operate the HVAC systems inside over here and the sustainability as well, and the cost as well. And we are, as an expert right now, and I know the effort that everyone is doing, including you as well, trying how we need to balance right now to give the comfort and the services as well, at the same time to make sure that this is sustainable and it's already cost effective to them. So the challenges right now has moved, because since we are talking about that, has moved right now to bring right now a totally different concept, which is called more about sustainability and more about cost-effective efficiencies, and that's right now became more the challenge. And you can see right now how fast is moving, which is noticing right now the new technology right now has come. I believe the technology right now is still in the early stages, especially in AI.
Yeah.
AI is still right now starting to adapt. So the biggest challenge right now, the countries that what we have seen over here, I think, is adapting the new technology. Basically is the AI, the digital twin, into how to integrate that kind of the new technology into the facilities management. We've seen a lot of good trials to implement, and there are several companies starting to adopt. We are personally as well starting right now also to bring up some technology solutions to our own client.
Yeah.
But knowing right now and understanding right now this kind of fast experience of this, you will also create pressure on the prices as well. So
Sure.
the competition, it's became a bit higher than before.
Green Minds is where industry leaders and innovators talk about what's next in sustainability. Sorry to interrupt the show, but if you want to know more about sustainability, make sure you hit subscribe. But I think at the end of the day, so the technology is going to enable us to do things that we weren't able to even analyze in the past. And I think that AI is going to be a big catalyst for further improvements that we can make, but ultimately there is still a human aspect to the business as well, and in particular in FM, because like you said, you're managing basically the comfort levels in a building. It's either healthy or it is sick at the end of the day, and the building occupant needs to feel very comfortable, and people are still there to make that happen to a large extent. Do you believe that if you, and probably look a little bit broader in the GCC, that FM contracts are right now constructed appropriately to accommodate this, or are we still way too much focused on just almost like a per head cost and not really on the value output that needs to be delivered? Is that
amazing question? Thank you so much for raising this question. This is one of the biggest challenge we are as a facilities management right now facing. So like you right now, you shifted what challenges that they have, and you come right now to our area, what challenges we have as a facilities management company. I must say right now, no, still there are way to go, many things right now to convert and to shift right now the thing of the landlords and the owners of these premises from the head count up to performance contracts. Yeah. Because until today, people, they are counting how many people that you can provide for this building to give you the service. And they focus to count people coming to attending and assuming that the service is delivered as long as you have this number of people. And this is one of the biggest challenges that we face, because over there, once you're going to be giving them this number, here you're not showing right now what kind of investment I can do and what kind of extra services that I can present once it's going to be in performance. And I could tell you in many cases, by the way, he's putting in his own mind that with this way that he's saving cost. And we have been proving to them in many cases that once you do it in a performance base, it's going to be less cost on you. Yeah. But I think this requires more needs a little bit about trust, because they still believe right now that the number that he presented from the people that he have from his own side is the correct number. Yeah. And he believed that number, it will maintain the assets, or to maintain the building assets in the right condition. So this kind of shifting, it requires right now from us still to develop right now some more mechanisms, although the mechanisms already over here, which is the SLAs, and there is the SLAs and KPIs is the right mechanism. So rather than you are coming every day to focus on, to count people, come to tell me, is this place clean or not? tell me this system is working properly or not. And there are a lot of reporting things can prove to you, and you can do cross-check to make sure that we are delivering the services as it's required. So still, I need also to be fair, because the client himself, he wants to see that from his own perspective, is to make sure that this assets has been really maintained as it's required.
Yeah.
So here we have right now some the technology, as I said right now, to prove to him right now that this has been completed by like a checklist things, and shows to him that once you click this one is already some photos, some evidences right now has been provided. But I believe right now shifting from headcount contract to performance contract is going to be for the benefit of the landlord. This is from my experience. It's good, going to be good for them.
Yeah, and I think in that way it is very comparable to different other industries where all these sort of like transitions have been made already, headcount based to more performance based type of contracting, because ultimately we're all focusing on delivering value, and value can be made visible very, very easily through data. And the technology that is now available to us, and certainly becoming more available with AI, is going to give us that that extra bit.
Correct. The thing right now, we know right now the service is something intangible from the perspective of the client. When you are talking about, if we just to make an example like construction, you build a building, he can see that, he knows right now this dimension, it cost me this much, 1 + 1 = 2. While the facilities management, totally contrary perspective, which is as long as you don't see people maintenance, it means the building is running smooth. So this is how we work. This is as long there is the system is running smooth, there is no need to see the technician. So some of the clients is telling you, if I don't see cleaners or a technician, why you are charging me this much? You got me. That's totally different perspective. So what you said is exactly correct right now. Is finding mechanisms to quantify and to show results that the job has been done might bring more assurances to the landlord or to the end user that the services has been delivered. But
do you feel that FM companies like yourselves should have or should be asked more deliberately to show how those proof points could look like towards the landlord? Because we are not in the business of TFM per se. So we're a little bit on the sideline when it comes to these type of contracts, but we can see basically that some of these measurements of what success looks like is sort of like, it's not balanced. And I'll give you an example. If I should be looking after the efficiency of an HVAC system, HVAC systems are consuming about 70% of our energy, so cooling is quite expensive. If you are delivering a efficiency gain, so you save money, it's going into the pocket of the asset owner rather than the facility management company that delivers that. How do you believe such a thing can be balanced better? Is that a problem that needs to be resolved?
Yeah, probably if we introduce a new, which is, I believe some oil and gas companies already, they are sharing profit. That's what they call it, which is sharing savings, sharing the saving that comes from this. What is before and what's after. So once you show them right now, this is the consumption that you do during this month, and this is how much you are spending on this. And if there is any saving that can be made, that we could be sharing that profit. This kind of mechanism, it's already, by the way, working, and some clients, they are using this kind of mechanism. Probably with the government, and you will not much notice this one because the government relying on the what comes from the country itself. But I believe this kind of model right now has been presented to the client, has been shown a lot of cooperation with us, and to tell us, yes, we are happy to accept this model and to work with it. So this one of the approaches. Might be some other things that we need also to show them in saving as well, as I said, because the saving of the client, he will be seeing right now the efficiencies. So it's not about only how the system operates. There are some other tools, there are some other materials, there are some products right now in the market you presented right now. It will save the cost as well of these engines and of the HVAC systems as well.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, the other dimension is obviously also to make sure that the task of maintaining becomes more efficient as well, because you often see that coming back to the same problem multiple times. So first-time fix rates not being very good per se. That is costing a lot of money. And that rework is an easy one to focus on. But that means that basically your staff needs to be trained at a certain level, and that training is the bottleneck, obvious.
Yeah, exactly. But I need also as well the same point. I need just to elaborate a little bit more. I mentioned there are some products and some models right now can be improved. So right now, let's say right now the duration or the frequency right now of cleaning the HVAC, it requires from you to do the system every 3 months or every 2 months. These kind of product right now, because the market is developed, might give you the frequency it goes more. So this will make less frequency on this one, which is going to be reducing as well the cost of maintenance. And as well as the system is going to be, so rather than doing that every 3 months, you might be needing to do it every 6 months with a very minimal cost. So that's reduced. But here you go again, what I'm trying to show right now. This is going to be also the responsibility of the facility management company to explain that to the landlord or to the end user. Because you cannot blame him, to be honest with you, because the system is telling him, or the manual or the standards telling him that this kind of system has to be cleaned every 3 months. And he noticed that you need to make it every 6 months. It will come to his mind the first thing that you need to cut costs and you need to save and you need to make more money. So we need from as well this kind of communication between us as a facilities manager. It's an obligation on us to explain to the client right now what we can do, and sharing right now the saving that it happens over there. This is one of the most important thing. It will let the client hear that so he will accept the idea. So I'm always trying to balance myself, not only to look into the client, to the facility management only, that we are always taking the part, we have problems. No, but also as well, he's not the expert. You are the expert already hired over here. So you are the one who need to come and to present to him right now the solutions that has been come and what this kind of development has been happen of this materials or of this technology, so he can see the difference. Then after that we can say, yes, I believe that we are moving to the right direction. That's from my point of view as well.
No, and I think you're totally right in that. And I think that we have an obligation to educate our clients, our staff, the market. And I think you alluded to it already a little bit earlier in the conversation that, and I think that's a big strength here in the Middle East, the sharing amongst facility management companies is very high. People are actually very open to telling each other what the best practices look like, how to do certain things. And I think that's actually a super big plus point, certainly when you talk about very, I think, rather complicated topics, because how do you uplift a standard of work across such a vast workforce?
Correct.
With so many different cultures involved.
We need to accept right now, there is a fact right now, the recent studies says right now, the facility management business or industry is the fastest growing industry, one of the most fastest growing industry in the Middle East, specific in Gulf area. So this kind of transition and this kind of shifting back to that point, it requires a collaboration from all factors over there. And I must say this one, not because I'm here, that you're doing good role in this one. This kind of every contribution into this industry, it will help us to educate the clients and to tell them how much the facilities management is important.
Yeah.
The event that is being hosted over here, the panel discussions and the presentation right now has been trying to bring right now the client right now into our own area to tell him what's going on over there in this industry and how this industry can bring more values into you. So it's been limited right now into that kind of sessions, which is trying to invite the client. Sometimes he's not coming. So what we're trying right now to do is we take right now the initiative is to go ourselves to the client and we go to educate him and to tell him what's going on already over here, and trying as well right now to bring that one to the social media like what we do right now as well. This is because right now the social media became more faster approach to the any person right now rather than just the event itself. I'm not saying the event are very important and this kind of gathering, but we need to try a different resources. This is going to be a combination of efforts from everyone in order for us, as what you said, to elevate and to increase the standards of the facilities management. And as well as to move right now the mentality of to think about only about money and how much you need to save cost, to be talking about more about values, what values that we bring, what FM can do to your assets, like increasing your assets by another 20 to 30% of the lifespan of your assets right now. So that's not going to be right now limited right now. It's only coming, do a maintenance and go. No, this is right now, you need to understand right now, and we need to maintain this building to increase the life assets as well of this building, is to make sure that this building going to give you the comfort in order for you to do your core business over here. So the standards right now has been gone beyond right now just meeting the requirement of that assets or that place. It's right now is you are managing people, you are managing environment. I mean, so managing that environment has a lot of things. I shared with you what Winston Churchill has said, that we shape the buildings, thereafter they shape us. So this building right now, how you build these buildings and how you design it from the design stage itself up to the construction, how long time it will take? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years until you finish off the construction. But that building will last 20 years, might be 30 years. You might see right now buildings in Europe, it lasts for 50 years, almost 100 years right now. And you go inside these buildings and you see them still, they are operating in a good, because it was well maintained. We never deny that the aspects that it has been well constructed, but no, it's been well maintained, it's been well operated. The same that what we need right now for here as well. We need to leave a legacy right now for the upcoming generations. We don't need to consume all the resources right now and take the use of these buildings and ignore what's going to come for the next generation. Because we believe right now, as well, there is another aspect right now. The total cost of studies has said from the construction up to the end life of this building, they said right now could be exceeding 80% of the cost is operation and maintenance.
Correct.
Comparing to 20%, it could be even less to construction. So here you go, this is the part over here. So the word attracts me again right now, it shapes us, because if you give a building with enough lighting, air circulation is correct, so we're going to be in a good in a good environment. If you make it constructed closed area, you're going to be depressed. So you have to make sure that easy access, easy movement, and comfort area.
And it is also, I think, to put it all in context for people that are not part of this region, the speed in which this development is going is extremely high. I mean, when you look at the various structures that are coming up and developments, here in Dubai, everybody sort of knows, but that is happening in Saudi, it is happening in Abu Dhabi, in Qatar. It is everywhere the same, and that speed is sometimes a little bit a risk of things cutting corners, so you have to be very, very precise. If you were to have a magic wand and stepping back in time, and we go back to December 2022 when the World Cup in Qatar finished. From a sustainability perspective, what do you believe could have been done differently during that event that you would give as an advice to, say, for example, Saudi in 2032, I believe it is.
34.
34.
Yeah, in 34. Yeah. And again, I believe it's more about the how the building is going to be operated more than just thinking how the building has to be built. The advice for me is you need to know what you will do with this building. The sustainability, it's been looked to the sustainability, and some people right now look into it from a very narrow angle, which is only about greenery things and about how to save the cost. The energy. And if you come to me right now, I believe what we need to give an advice is how you're going to operate and what you will do next. This is how you sustain the building, because sustainability, it's way beyond and more wider than greenery things. Is about how the building going to be run on the coming many years in a proper way. How are you going to utilize this building and make sure that these premises, this fantastic premises that you're going to be building right now, how it will stay in a good condition for a long and many years. So I would advise to ask them at this stage of time is to bring the facilities management from the design stage. You need to bring the facilities management professionals and experts at this time while they are doing the design and they start to put the first steps in constructing, which is I can see they started already a huge effort in Saudi Arabia to bring up right now these stadiums. I think the first one has been showing some progress in Aramco, one of these stadiums. So you need, I'm strongly advising them to remember there is an operators. They're going to manage these premises from the day one that you finish off.
The 80% of the costs is in the operations.
Exactly. So imagine that you're going to be finishing right now this one, and in 2 years, as I mentioned, there is the 30 years, 20 to 30 years right now going to be operated by these people. So that is from sustainability perspective that I would advise them to do is you bring these people right now who are going to help you out how you will operate and maintain these buildings in a high level, in a good standards for many years to come. Yes.
What does it mean for you personally to have a green mind?
Amazing. The green mind is changing yourself, how you're going to think from beginning of the thing right now. Green minds, it's seeing everything from perspective of saving what you have resources in your hand right now to the next generation, and making sure that we operate and we use these resources in an appropriate way. So always mind comes first. So that's why what you think right now is what's going to be the impact on the coming days. So if you started right now thinking in a green way, again, a green way is not green about planets only, and it's not about what we see all around that. No, it's about your way of thinking, and that's why I like it. It's a green mind. It's your way of thinking to all aspects. So if you look to the all aspects from operational point of view, if how you're going to sustain this thing and how you're going to operate this one, I think what's going to be next is going to be an execution to what you start of, what you thought about it earlier. So we plan right now in this stage of time to what comes next. That requires to have an open mind, a green mind. That's how I see the green mind.
Mohamed, thank you very much for this conversation. It was my pleasure.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I believe, again, I need just to emphasize that you are bringing a lot to that industry. This industry needs this kind of initiatives, and we have seen a lot of people attracting attention towards these programs, and you have done a good job. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't miss the next big conversation about sustainability. Hit subscribe.